Hey everybody, this is just a quick update video. It's not going to be one of my usual review videos because it's been kind of a hectic week with picking up the Tesla Model 3 last week. And on the same day, we had our solar panels installed. So it was kind of a hectic few days there. But just wanted to give you guys a quick first impressions and what my delivery experience was like, which was not good, the delivery experience. The car is great, but the delivery experience was kind of not great. 2 different delays on the delivery. The delays came at the last minute. They called the night before I was supposed to pick up the car, telling me that the car was delayed for whatever reason. They never gave me a good reason. It was just, the delivery's delayed and it's gonna be postponed a week. So I waited a week, and the night before my next appointment, they called me and said, it's still not at the delivery center, so we're gonna have to postpone you again and we'll let you know when it's there. In the end, I got my Tesla Model 3. And the actual delivery experience at the delivery center was fantastic. The Tesla employees were incredibly welcoming. They answered all of my questions. They never made me feel rushed. They gave me plenty of time to examine the car, ask all my questions before I went out the door, actually drove away. And I would give them high marks for that. Everything leading up to that experience, they really have a lot of work to do. As far as the car, my first impressions, there's 1,000 videos online about how fast the car is, like how fast the rear wheel drive is, how fast the all-wheel drive, and the performance, which of course is the fastest of all the 3 models. I've got the all-wheel drive dual motor, which is like right in the middle. Holy hell, this car is fast. It's the fastest car, the most fun car I've ever driven before this was my Volkswagen Jeda, which was a 1.8 turbo. And that car was just a joy to drive. This car, the Model 3, reminds me of that. Not in the way it handles, but just the feeling it gives you. It feels so much fun. It's just like when you push on the accelerator pedal in the Model 3, man, that thing is just, it's just gone. My drive home, I was a little on the reckless side because it was a little too much fun to have with that car. The other thing I want to bring up is if you're gonna get a Tesla, any Tesla, I would say probably any EV at all, the first time you drive the car, I didn't realize this. There's a little bit of a learning experience because of the regenerative braking. In a Tesla, they're pretty aggressive with regenerative braking. So as soon as you start to let up on the accelerator pedal, it feels like you're hitting the brake pedal. So you immediately start to decelerate. So there was a lot of erratic driving the first few minutes I was driving the car. It was pretty funny.
Try and ease off on the brake.
But overall, I'm just loving this car. It's the most well-built car I've ever had. All of the worry and angst I had based on all the things I had read on forums and all the videos I had watched saying panel gaps, bad paint, dents, damage, all this kind of stuff that people had said that Tesla are notoriously bad at. My car is perfect. It's like I didn't notice, there's nothing on my car that I would say, holy hell, that's a bad issue. It was, the paint job looks really good. There's no massive panel gaps. The only piece of damage that was on the car is on the rocker panel. There's a kind of a plastic underside, and there's something that had clearly inside the wheel well clipped the edge of that plastic and kind of chipped away a couple pieces of plastic. But you have to be on your hands and knees looking in the wheel well to even see it. So that was the only thing that I've seen in the car that's been a problem. It's completely quiet. No creaks, groans, rattles, nothing. It is dead silent in that car. It's built like a tank. It's an awesome, awesome car. Great first impressions. Granted, I'm still in the honeymoon phase, which is why I like to do my reviews after I've lived with something for a while, so I can get past that honeymoon phase and actually find the things I'm not really liking with it. But so far, big thumbs up. I have a long road trip coming up. I'm gonna be driving about 400 to 500 miles in a few weeks with that car. So I'll be making a video about my experience on a long road trip with it and how it felt to do supercharging and how, if there's any range anxiety during the trip, that's gonna be a video that's coming up. I'm gonna be doing another video, follow up on the solar panels. I mean, like right now, the solar panels, they are not functioning because they've just been installed, but there's still a 4 to 6 week process of inspections and the energy company coming out to inspect it, install the net meter before it even gets turned on. So once everything gets turned on and we get a month or 2 of energy generation in there, I'll probably be doing a video later in the fall, early winter with our experience with that. It's gonna be very interesting here because I live in the East Coast and the Boston area with solar panels, and the way our house is situated, we're not going to be generating a ton of energy in the wintertime just because of the trees that surround us and how low the sun gets in the sky. So it's kind of a bad time to get the solar panels installed. I wish we had gotten this in the spring, so I could have gotten the summer months to kind of get a sense of what it's like in the summer. But I'll be doing a follow-up video on that as well. I've also been doing a lot of research in how to link the Tesla Model 3 into home automation, and I found some really good, interesting ways to do it using an open source project called Home Assistant. And I've over the past couple days, I've been installing that and creating little hooks into Apple HomeKit, Google Assistant, and I'm going to be doing Amazon next. But I've got it set up so right now I can actually tell Siri to warm my car up or set the temperature. So before I even get to the garage, the car can be kind of cooling itself off or warming itself up. It's gonna be pretty convenient. It's super geeky, but it's also a lot of fun. So like I said, this was just a really quick update. I didn't want to go a week without any kind of video, but next week there'll probably be a follow-up video with more details on my initial impressions of the Tesla Model 3. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. It's going to help my channel grow. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the coming weeks.